Hi, Luisa.
Hi, Joe.
How are you? I'm gonna remember the day you did that. We are family. You just got my name wrong, but whatever.
What?
Um,
He's my fucking cousin. That's his Joe.
we'll give you one more time to say that the right way.
Shit. All right. All right, my bad. What's up, Jean? What's
What's up?
good?
Doing good. I'm glad that you're here with me. It took us a while to get here. We were supposed to do this months ago and stuff,
Yes.
and things kept happening. I remember I got sick, came back, you got sick. I think
You
after
got
that we
sick
both got
again.
sick
Yep.
and stuff. So this is a long time coming,
It has.
for us to sit down together and get your favorite parts out to the world.
Woohoo! I'm
So I
excited.
appreciate you being here for that.
Thank you for
For
having me.
anybody in the audience that doesn't know, this is my cousin Luisa,
Hey, guys. What's up?
and we're here to explore her favorite parts with us today. But before we get into those, I do want to ask you about what you've been up to lately. I'm sure everybody can realize by now this is the third time that we've done one here, but we're
Mhm.
at the Ink and Artistry Collective here in Orlando,
Woo!
Florida. Luisa, you're actually stationed here too, just like in
Yes.
Angelica. What is it in particular that you've brought to this facility and that you're offering to people?
Yeah, so now I'm starting on this beautiful journey on permanent jewelry. So I weld on jewelry that doesn't come off until you want it to come off. So which is kind of awesome though.
Hmm.
This is cool to see stories that people want to bring into their lives. And then also I do facials.
Hmm.
So I love doing that because I get to connect with people in a different way than I have before.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And that's awesome because in any business, people are so used to people just being a number, a face, and stuff like that, in and out, getting their money and going. But the fact that you can connect with people, I think that's amazing. The as far as like the jewelry,
Mhm.
just it do when you say like it comes off when you want it to come off, does that mean like it's attached to the person and stuff?
Yes,
Oh,
it is
okay.
attached. It's like I don't touch the skin or anything like that, so
Hmm.
it's perfectly safe.
Hmm.
But the only way to actually remove it is with pliers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Where do people usually have been getting them most lately?
Lately, like ankle bracelets or even bracelets. So I
Hmm.
personally love the ankle bracelets because
Hmm.
that's a whole different vibe right there. When you got your pants on or
Hmm.
skirts, you just popping on your legs.
That's awesome. Yeah. And I'm glad you got into that. It's something it's cool seeing our family diverge into different like paths and different skills and
Right?
I mean, we might be able to all start our own like
Yo.
Walmart or something. We got a little bit of
Oldest Silver
everything going on.
production right there.
But I'm proud of you for getting into that. That's
Thank
something,
you.
and I'm glad you enjoy doing it. But if anybody wants to, come and try one of those things out, you can catch her here at the Ink and Artistry Collective.
Yes.
Um, and without further ado, do you want to get into your favorite parts?
I'm excited. I've been waiting for this.
Oh
Let's do
yeah,
it.
oh yeah.
Hey.
And that brings us to our first one that we have here, and it's going to be love.
Yes,
So I
love.
was curious to see what you had to say about this one, and if you don't mind, go ahead and tell the audience what your favorite part about love is.
Oh, there's a lot of things I love about love. That but in like I have to say in the past tense, I never had it. Not ever had it, but in a different way.
Hmm.
So I never understood what love really meant until the Lord showed me what it was. And he
Hmm.
showed me that through my husband. All right.
Hmm.
So I would say when I think about love, I think about my husband the most
Hmm.
because he showed me love is patience, love is kind,
Hmm.
love is you understand and you listen
Yeah.
instead of reacting to your emotions. Should I keep going?
No, that makes sense.
Like I don't.
You was flowing there for a second, so I didn't want to stop
Sorry.
in there. But yeah, love is a beautiful thing in this world and stuff. So I do agree, 100% agree with that. But what is it you talk about all the things that it does for you
Hmm.
and the things that it's shown you, but what is your favorite part about it? What is the thing about love, or maybe the moment that you said, damn, this is what it is, this is what it feels like?
Mm, I would say my wedding day
Hmm.
because I looked at my husband in the eyes and then I felt something go through me that day and I didn't know what it was until the end of my wedding. But I felt just warmth. When
Hmm.
I think about like when love, it feels like warmth inside. Like everything is calm, everything is peaceful. You don't have to worry about
Hmm.
nothing because whatever you have is right in front of you.
Hmm. I 100%
Yeah.
agree with that. I do believe that love is not supposed to be chaotic, or it's not supposed to be like stressful. It's supposed to be calm. I mean, granted, in any situation, you're gonna have those things
Mhm.
come into it. But at the end of the day, as far as your heart, it's supposed to be there.
It's
And I
like
think that,
mellow in a
yeah,
way. But even when things
yeah.
get chaotic too, your
And
love
but
comes
that's
stronger.
exactly, and that's
Mhm.
just life.
Yeah.
Life is what makes it more chaotic, but at
Mhm.
the same time, love is what's supposed to calm it and stuff,
Yeah.
you know?
Like balance everything
Hmm.
out. Even with the chaos and
Hmm.
the calmness, you just get everything. And love is just everything,
Yeah.
honestly.
And I'm happy you found love.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Me too. Thank you, Jesus.
Hmm.
Got me a good man. I got a
Hmm.
good catch.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Hey, there's people out there, get them and stuff.
That's true.
Um, but I think that's a beautiful way to put it. That when you lack something and finding it, that's.
Yo, that is a fact,
Mhm,
honestly. Yeah. Because there was a
mhm,
lot of things I was lacking that
mhm,
I couldn't see in myself.
mhm,
But when God gave me my husband, or when I found my husband, he showed me all the things I was lacking.
mhm.
And he gave that to me. Even though like there was times where I hated that he was showing me. I was like, why? Like why?
Like, shut up.
Facts.
Yeah,
But it kind of showed me how to be a better person and
mhm,
how to be a better spouse
good.
too, you know.
And I
And I
think
could oh, I'm sorry.
no, no, go ahead.
Oh, but I could put that towards like being a good sister, good daughter, aunt, cousin,
Mhm.
because everything.
Um,
What?
no, I'm playing. I'm playing. I'm
You-
playing. I'm playing. I'm playing.
well, sorry, I messed up
Yeah,
your name earlier.
yeah.
My bad.
Mhm,
But it just kind of just
mhm,
shows you love goes through everything. I would say
mhm.
it applies to every aspect in your life.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, love makes the world go round.
Facts.
And without further ado, I do applaud you for mentioning that. I was interested in seeing what you had to say about it, and I thought it was very, very heartfelt.
Hmm.
But that takes us on to our next subject, which is going to be mindfulness slash spirituality.
Yep.
And I was curious. Same thing with the love part. I'm curious to see what this is because being family and stuff like that, it's
Hmm.
not something we always all talk about and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And given different families and stuff, so I'm curious to see why spirituality and mindfulness is one of your favorite parts.
Yeah. One thing I have to say is that it brings serenity when, how I put this, mindfulness is not just about being always in the moment. It's about taking in the moment and realizing what's reality and what's
Hmm.
fantasy. So, meaning sometimes we want to see things in a different perspective and we get mad
Hmm.
at it. Oh, it's not this way, it's not that way. But you got to take it in for what it is
Hmm.
and then kind of letting it go. Take it for what it is, let it go,
Hmm.
let it be.
And when it comes to mindfulness, is how do you? Because when I think about it, I think about meditation, think about
Hmm.
this and that. How do you practice if you do?
Oh, I do meditation here and there once I really need it.
Hmm.
But what a lot of people get it wrong with meditation. They think, oh, it's supposed to let my stress go, this and that go. It's
Hmm.
about letting go of the situation
Hmm.
and not dwelling in it. When I do meditation, I kind of it depends on the chakra. So
Hmm.
I go to what my body feel like it needs. Either I need to cleanse my heart, cleanse my
Hmm.
mind, or cleanse my gut.
Hmm.
So because sometimes if we have backed up here, it
Hmm.
actually affects your energy.
Hmm.
So when that happens to me, it's kind of like understanding, why do I feel this
Hmm.
way? Where does my mind drift off to, and why is it there?
Hmm.
Things like that. Yeah, and
Okay.
kind of just like letting it go too.
And usually when you do that, is there particular moments and times that you do it? And if you do, how do you feel after?
Oh, I feel amazing after.
Really?
Like I start either sometimes I start
Hmm.
crying, and I actually have a journal that
Hmm.
anytime I when I do meditation, I kind of track of what I was thinking, what was happening to me, what I was feeling.
Hmm.
So when that happens, I can feel, I would say, a better person
Hmm.
because now I know how to navigate myself
Hmm.
or allow my energy, allow my soul to navigate.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Instead of
yeah.
like mentally trying to think about
Hmm.
doing this, doing that, I'm just going to let my energy flow.
Hmm. And how did you? I don't want to say get into it, but how did you? When did you start like practicing? When did you start like realizing that this is something that you wanted to do? The only reason I asked because the in our family, especially,
Hmm.
it's not something. Not that we don't talk about, but it's not something that everybody like focuses on. Our family is super old school.
Yeah.
and we do things the old ways and stuff like that. So to be able to realize that this is something that would help you, how did what was that moment that,
Ooh.
or like when did you start getting into it to be like, hey, I want to do this to try to help myself?
I had to be at least maybe like 19, 20.
Hmm.
I didn't fully get into it at that time because I thought people would think I was weird if I
Hmm.
talked about it,
Hmm.
honestly. Because it wasn't a big thing back then,
Yeah.
or people would say, "Oh, this is demonized,"
Hmm.
something like that. But I think when I fully got into it, I had to be at least 25. No, 24. I was
Hmm.
24. Um, but it just honestly it just came to me because I was just trying to look for a better path and a better way for myself.
Or like an
See,
outlet to. Yeah.
yeah, because I knew I
Hmm.
was spiraling and I knew I wasn't. Oh, I'm about to cry. I I just knew I needed help,
Hmm.
and then when I found that, or I started reading books about it,
Hmm.
or actually I followed this monk. God bless his soul. He actually passed.
Hmm.
His name is Thich Nhat Hanh,
Hmm.
and I read his books. And he's a monk, and he talks about meditation, about
Hmm.
mindfulness. So once I started reading his books, that's
Hmm.
when I fully got into it
Hmm.
and trying to understand what he meant about meditation and
Hmm.
how to let go of what's hurting
Hmm.
or what's bothering you,
I
things like
think
that.
I think that's amazing. I think that because honestly, and I've talked about it on the podcast on different episodes and stuff, that it's been something that I've been trying to get into
Mhm.
and slowly trying to get into. So the fact that you're practicing it gives me a lot of hope. And
You can do it.
I'll actually try to get the name of the book that you're doing, and I'll try to put it on the episode
Oh
for
yeah.
somebody to find it and
Oh well,
stuff in case they want to.
I can say the book.
No,
Oh,
so you can say it right now. Say it right now
okay.
if you want,
Oh,
but
so is
I'll try to get like
peace.
the name of it so I
Okay.
can, put a.
I got you.
Yeah, I got you.
All right. Oh, yeah. It's called
Mhm.
um Peace. Wait, Walk with Peace by Thich Nhat Hanh. There you go.
Awesome. Walk with Peace by Thich Nhat Hanh?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
He has a couple books too, but that one's
Mhm.
like my favorite.
I think that's awesome,
Thank
and
you.
applause to you for, everybody's on that journey to try to make themselves better. So the fact that you're doing anything to get to that point, that's an amazing thing.
Thank you. I
And
appreciate that.
no,
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
mean, it's different because
Mhm.
when you get deep into it, you talk about frequency. And frequency
Mhm.
is a whole different thing,
Mhm.
dog. Ooh.
Yeah, I do believe in like energies and vibes with people. I don't know if it's related to that, but I think there's,
No, it is.
so
Trust.
yeah. So I think that's a bomb thing. But that does take us to our last subject as far
Yay.
as your favorite parts, and that's going to be trust. So
Trust. Yep.
I do know that trust is a big thing, and it should be a big thing to anybody.
Mhm.
But what is it about that subject of trust that makes it one of your favorite parts?
'Cause this is the season where the Lord took me to,
Hmm.
and I had to put all my trust in him. Like, he made it not easy for me, and he
Hmm.
put me in a situation where all I had to do was trust him.
Hmm.
So, a couple months back, I don't know if anybody knows, but a couple months back, I actually lost my job.
Hmm.
So, with that, but prior to that, a couple months before that, he actually gave me a sign, and he told me, "This is gonna happen.
Hmm.
You need to start your business.
Hmm.
You need to do it now."
Hmm.
And I was freaking out because literally I felt like something go through my heart, and then
Hmm.
the next thing you know, I had that idea in my head.
Hmm.
So for months, I kept figuring out this is what I need to do for my business, this and that. But then when I lost my job, all I had was my business to
Yeah.
start. But there's days where it's just like it's really hard.
Hmm.
And then he was like, "Trust me.
Hmm.
I will guide you. I'm gonna be there for you.
Hmm.
I'm gonna do this for you. But you gotta." Ooh, I'm about to cry.
Yeah.
But he's like, "Trust me," and that's what I did.
Hmm.
But when I dive deep into trust, though, it's
Hmm.
not just about how I put this, or maybe it's about just giving all you have to
Hmm.
him, giving all you have
So,
into trust.
so when I think about what you're saying, I think not just trust, but more like faith, like having faith. If you're, would you put it
But
that way?
I would say they can go hand
Hand
in
in hand.
hand,
Yeah. Okay.
honestly. But like with
Hmm.
trust, though, it could be a scary thing because you giving somebody your soul,
Hmm.
your wants and needs,
Hmm.
and you're hoping that they will be met.
Hmm.
So I think that's what trust really is. It's not just like, hey, I trust
Mhm.
you. You know, you're gonna protect me.
Mhm.
But it's really like, I guess having the faith or the hope,
That
like,
it follows through.
yeah, foster like,
Which is true, because not just on a, like, a spiritual, but also on a, like, a regular person level, putting trust in people and hoping they'll do right by you,
yeah.
that it takes a lot to do that and stuff. So, when you think about it, what's your favorite part about it? Is it the act of giving that trust, or maybe what happens when your trust has been
Mm,
answered, I guess you could say?
it's more the giving, because
Mhm,
knowing that I'm gonna get something in return,
mhm,
and I know what I'm doing to get that.
mhm.
If that makes sense.
It does.
Yeah, but it's more of the giving because when I do that, I feel stress free
Yeah.
because I'm just like, okay, I could be worried. I have to do this. I have to worry about that.
Mhm,
But once I give all my trust to the Lord, I'm like,
mhm.
it's out of my hands. He got me.
I think that's a good way to look at it, to because it just general in life, a lot of people carry a lot of stress.
Mm,
Life does this, money, this,
yeah.
relationships, the blah, whatever you want to think about. So I guess in the method of just like giving away that stress, I think that's an amazing thing. So,
Oh, thank you.
hmm
Yeah, it's especially the time where I was losing my job, and then I was like, yo, what in the hell?
hmm
Why you gonna let me do this right now? Like,
yeah,
is this a good thing? But he just kept saying trust,
hmm
and I trust, and it got me here, and I'm very happy where I'm at. I mean, everything's not perfect, but it's perfectly perfect,
yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean, the one thing I always say about perfection is that, like, no, like, you shouldn't want to be perfect, because that means there's no room to improve.
Facts.
Once you hit that
Word on
ceiling, where
that.
you're gonna go after that? So if you're always chasing to get, you should just be chasing improvement and stuff, because then you'll always be getting better every day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I
Don't
mean, it's the whole point. I think in life,
mhm.
it's just to get better than what you were.
Yeah. Don't put a ceiling on your potential.
Nah,
Once you think about perfection, that's when you start limiting yourself.
that's true.
Mhm.
Actually, my brother told me that.
Yeah.
He told me to stop limiting yourself, and I was like, "All right, cool, I got you. I will stop
Yeah.
doing that."
It's funny, what everybody can do as long as they put their minds to it, and I'm glad that you're in a position now where you're doing that and stuff. So I'm very happy for you.
Thank you. I'm happy for you too. Look at you, dog.
Trying,
He
trying,
growing. He's
trying.
balling.
Ow. But that does take us to the end of the questions.
Okay,
So now we're gonna go
made it
into
through.
our other parts of. I know. I was.
Right? Sweat. Oh my
Uh-huh.
god.
That does take us back to the next part of my favorite parts, and that's gonna
Yes.
be your
Okay.
senses. So
My
I
senses.
remember when I asked you this, you put a lot of thought into it. So I'm
Mhm.
very excited to see what you have to say for this. But
Okay.
we'll go through your five senses. You'll tell the audience what they are and
Okay.
what's your favorite part about them. Um, do you want to say the first one, or do you want me to just give you one and you start?
You can give me one and start.
Cool. A smell.
Flowers.
Flowers.
I love me some flowers just because it takes I imagine this in my head where I'm going through a pile of flowers and running around and just like, oh my gosh, essence.
uh-huh,
So when I
uh-huh,
think of that, it makes me happy
hmm
inside. I'm like, I'm peaceful. Like,
hmm
oh my gosh, I'm running through flowers. When I smell like a rose
hmm
or what is those, lilies?
hmm
Oh, I love to smell lilies. They're beautiful. But yeah, because I like going to places in my
hmm
head, if that makes sense.
hmm
Like making whole fantasy and worlds in my
hmm
head. I like traveling to there.
That's awesome. And I haven't had somebody say that when they have like a particular smell or sense or something, that it makes them imagine something.
Hmm.
So I like that though, because it's a
Thanks.
different way to look at it and stuff. Because most people, when they think of a flower, they just smell it and just put it back and water it and stuff. But to know that the flower might take you somewhere, I think that's an amazing thing.
Trust me, a lot of smells take me a lot of places.
Hopefully, some good places,
Yeah.
but but I think that's an amazing answer. So that's going to be your smell. So
Mhm.
next up, we'll do sound.
Sound. Ooh. Oh, music. Music.
Hmm
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
So whenever somebody does say music, I'm gonna ask you to be specific. So what is
Yeah.
it about the sound of music? What does it do for you?
Mm. It okay. I gotta tell you guys my routine in the morning.
Hmm
Every time when I wake up in the morning, I pray. I put my headphones in.
Mhm.
First thing I do is listen to music because that's the only thing that will wake me up and
Mhm.
actually energize me. So it's a sound to me. It has to be like one of those do. Either it's
Mhm.
like reggaeton
Mhm.
or like I would say like a Drake beat or like a Post Malone beat.
Mhm.
One of those like R&B, I guess
Yeah.
you would say. But music for me, man, that's a whole different vibe. That the
Mhm.
frequency, I need the frequency to live.
Mhm.
Because there's times where I'm sick, like I'll actually get sick, cough and
Mhm.
sneeze and all that stuff. Music is the only thing that helped me feel better.
Nice.
Like you could tell anybody growing up, I always had my headphones on because music,
Mhm.
I felt like it was my way of expressing myself,
Mhm.
listening to it, and also it brings me to a different
Mhm.
world, which I like.
I think that's good because one, the fact that I never thought of music to be like something like a day starter.
Mhm.
Usually, like what you say, people talk about that. I wake up, I get my cup of coffee, I wash my face, I
Yeah.
do my facial stuff and everything. But to know that you incorporate music into that, I think that's good because I 100% believe it improves like somebody's like mood.
Mhm.
Like whenever if so, when you're down, what do people do? They listen to music and stuff.
Yep.
When you're at the gym, it gives you hype up and stuff like that.
It's a
So to know that
frequency.
you use it to perk yourself up
Mhm.
like coffee and stuff like that, I think
It
that's
channels
amazing.
something in your
Yeah.
body.
Hmm.
Like when I wake up and I listen to music, I'm in bed for an hour just listening to music before
Hmm.
I even start my whole
Hmm.
day. So that's why I'm always late to everything because my ass is in bed,
Yeah.
just vibing out, just dancing. Like,
Mhm.
hey,
But that's a beautiful way to look at it. Like the one thing I like about doing this is that every time I ask somebody a question, they give me a new way to look at stuff that we do like every day,
mm.
including like music. So I think that's a wonderful way to look at it.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you. I'm glad you see it that
Yeah, it is.
way.
It is. That does take us to a new sense and taste.
Oh, I've been waiting for this one because I really wanted to talk about this one a lot.
Okay.
I miss my grandmother's couscous. Wait, is it
Mm,
couscous with leti?
I think that's. You see, yeah,
Wait,
it's either couscous or papa. One of
no,
them.
no, it's couscous. I miss
Couscous.
my mother's
Yeah.
couscous. So that's like a Cape Verdean dish.
Mm-hmm.
I miss that. Like when I taste that,
Mm-hmm.
I taste her love in that. She put her heart into
Mm-hmm.
that. And it's just the softness of it. And then especially if you put milk and then
Yeah.
sugar on top of it, that
I think you should put a
sweetness.
little bit of cinnamon too. I think.
She never put cinnamon in hers.
I don't know.
Nah, probably your mom did.
Yeah, it's probably my
It's,
mom then.
yeah,
Yeah.
but grandma did it raw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I remember there was
Mm-hmm.
days where I would help her make
Mm-hmm.
it, and I just missed that taste of the couscous. It was
Mm-hmm.
so good.
That's one thing for everybody out there. It's kind of like regular couscous, not the pearl ones, but the regular like fine ones.
Yeah,
But we made it in a different way that it was like so packed
it's
in.
like thick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thick.
it's more flour
Yeah.
that she puts in it.
Hmm.
She makes it so thick, and then she bakes it,
Hmm.
and then it comes out like almost like a cake.
Cake. Yeah.
Yeah, it comes like a cake, but you eat it with
Hmm.
milk. It's like
Yeah.
a breakfast that you would eat.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, I miss
So
that.
I do remember that. Like in same thing. I haven't had it in like years and stuff. So it
Right?
does take me back. So man,
Good
now it's
times.
gonna be one of my favorites.
Right?
But yeah, so I 100% just from the experience, I know what you mean, but I think it's that nostalgic factor that it takes you back to them days and stuff like
Yeah.
that. God bless our grandma; she's still
God
alive.
bless you, boo boo.
But
I love you.
she don't chef it up like she used to for
No.
age
That's
reasons and stuff. She's like
yeah.
90,
She's
96, I think.
no, she's 97.
Okay, damn, 97.
Yeah,
But yeah,
she almost there. She
yeah.
almost at 100.
So unfortunately, we can't enjoy some of the things that we used to
Yeah.
back in the day. But the fact that it even still lives in our memories and stuff is amazing.
Because the thing is, that always brings me
Mm-hmm.
back because I would help her.
Mm-hmm.
And that was those times where I actually had conversations with her. She was
Mm-hmm.
able to have conversations with me or
Mm-hmm.
tell me a lot of things about life or
Mm-hmm.
about her life.
Mm-hmm.
So I just miss those moments.
Yeah.
Aw,
Same thing.
I love her.
Yeah. I think we all have those like moments where we can be like, man, I can't believe I used to do that. Like how we
Yeah.
used to fucking crack what was it, peas? She wouldn't have us like shell out peas when we were younger.
Mm-hmm.
Dad,
That.
they'd have us like peel like sugar cane and stuff. So
Oh, I remember she used to have like an
mm-hmm.
orange tree. So every morning we will pick it out
Mm-hmm.
together and we'll go inside and actually make fresh orange juice out of
Mm-hmm.
them. But I used to hate
Mhm.
squeezing it because
Yeah.
you had a machine, you had to squeeze it really hard. I was like, Grandma, I
Yeah.
can't do it. I'm not strong.
I love the fact that we were raised like that, where I mean, even though we were in America, where they kind of raised us kind of like
It's a
farmish
mixture. It's a
is
mixture
kind
of
of,
American
yeah,
and then their culture.
yeah. So thank God they didn't let the culture die with us, I guess.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to keep it going.
Hell yeah. But we got two more left for
All
you.
right, let's
So we
get it.
already did sound, we did taste, we did smell.
Mm-hmm.
We got let's do sight.
Sight. Okay. Sight. Hold on. I wrote my
You got
paper.
it.
Okay.
You can look at it.
I wrote a piece of paper down here because I was about to forget. All right. So, okay. Sight
Mhm.
is, it's going to be a little weird. Miami.
My jammy.
Miami.
Mm.
Miami. Yes. The reason why
Mhm.
is because back in the day, every year,
Mhm.
up till I was 14, every year my family would take a trip to Miami to celebrate my birthday.
Really?
Yes. So Miami used to be back in the day when I was around like 7 years old. It ain't what it used to be now.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't look the way it does now.
Yeah.
Back then, it used to be more cleaner,
Mhm.
softer, and then you see the beaches and the oceans, and then just the colors of with the buildings
Mhm.
used to be different, like downtown. I just remember driving through it and just being happy as a kid and just seeing the sight of Miami because I know
Mhm.
it was my birthday. So,
I
so
did not know that. I didn't know you guys used to do that every year for your birthday.
hmm
That's awesome. Your birthday's in March, if I'm correct?
yeah, March 16th. I'm a
Okay.
Pisces.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I did not realize that, but I'm glad that the side of the city takes you back to those moments and stuff like that.
Happy moments. Even we
Mhm.
took big family vacations too.
Mhm.
Like all my cousins would come.
Mhm.
Were you there one time?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Or I think it was Kevin.
It's probably Kevin. He was
Probably.
everywhere.
Kevin was everywhere with
Mhm. Yeah.
everybody. Sometimes he would just invite himself.
Mhm.
He'd be like, hey.
That's awesome. So do you anytime you go back to Miami now, when you get there, you're just like, ah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I wish it looked nicer, I'm not gonna lie. but yeah, even though
Mhm.
I drive through Miami sometimes, I'm
Mhm.
just like, man, I remember this moment on my birthday or when my brother did this or my dad did this.
Mhm.
It was just funny moments.
I think that's amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. And that does leave us with one last sense, and that's going to be touch.
Touch. Okay. Touch, I had to say,
Mhm.
I love me a good soft blanket.
I
Now,
can understand that.
now, let me tell you,
Mhm.
okay? This ain't just like, oh my gosh, a blanket. No. When I touch a blanket,
Mhm.
it passes me out. I'm like this.
So you're in the fetal position immediately.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the
Mhm.
reason why with a blanket,
Mhm.
it takes me, I think in my head, I'm on a cloud.
Yeah.
I'm sleeping actually on a cloud.
Mhm.
Like I'm floating up on a blue sky and I pass out.
And are you a multiple blanket person, or you just got one go to?
Multiple. Because my husband likes to take all the sheets. So I need multiple because I'm
Mm-mm-mm.
cold at night and he's always hot. It's funny because he takes all the blankets when he goes to sleep,
Mhm.
right? And then later on, he takes all of them off.
Mhm.
And now I'm covered with like 3 blankets on me, which I'm cool with. But like, why?
And last part for the blanket question. Do you like fluffier blankets, or
Yes.
okay?
I like fluffy, thick blankets. I don't know. It just feels good on your
Mhm.
skin. It makes me feel sexy. I'm not gonna lie. When you get straight out of the shower
Mhm.
and then you touch it on you, it's just like,
That's what blankets are for.
That's
Mhm.
for a lot of things. They're good for a lot of
Boom.
things.
That does end the last sense for us. And I appreciate you sharing all those for you. I can tell just from you going through them and thinking about them, and I'm glad you did. But I can tell some of them like take you back,
Yeah.
and they kind of shape like who you are as a person and stuff like that when you think about them and everything. So, it takes a lot to think about those things. So I thank you for taking the time to do it. But that does take us to our final question of the day.
What's your final question?
It's going to be our proud moment. And
Ooh.
I asked this to everybody. I didn't tell you this before we started it, so I don't know if you maybe prepared anything for it, but I kind of like the fact that you don't get a chance to prepare.
Okay.
So, what's something that
Let
you've
me
done
rein it.
recently that you're proud of? And if it's not
Ooh.
something that's recent, just something in general, and
What?
why?
Okay.
Mhm.
What am I proud of that I recently done?
I mean,
Mm.
I know one thing. Right?
Well, I think we're both thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Just, I would say just starting my business, dog.
Hmm.
Honestly, because that's, yo, it's a scary thing because 99% of people don't do
Hmm.
what they dream of.
Yeah.
They just keep going on the 9 to 5, doing their regular routine because either one, they lost faith in themselves and don't want to do it
Hmm.
anymore, or they think it's not reality.
Or in some cases, they get scared. I mean,
Yeah.
it's so used. It's sometimes it's scary to go from like a 9 to 5 where you know that you're going to consistently get a paycheck as long as you
Hmm.
do your job, to take a chance to do something and not being guaranteed.
Exactly.
I think that takes some.
It takes guts,
Yeah. So
trust.
it does.
Honestly, so I'm honestly, I would say
Hmm.
I'm proud of starting that and then starting something different, like the permanent
Hmm.
jewelry. I haven't never done that. I've been an esthetician for like 5 or 6 years now.
Hmm.
Um, and the permanent jewelry, that was a whole different thing. And I actually did my first event with it.
Hmm.
So I'm really happy how it turned out and happy of the confidence I had in
Hmm.
myself. Because at first I was scared.
Hmm.
Because I was like, dang, am I really going to do a good job? Is these
Yeah.
people really going to like me? But then I just went in it, trust the Lord on that, and then it came out feeling good about
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah. That's awesome. And the confidence just builds that thought in your head that, yeah, I can do this. Why can't it be me and stuff? And
Exactly.
and
Yes.
that's all it is. Sometimes, I mean, granted, there's only like 14, like, well, this is going to be 14, but I think there's only like 13 episodes of this. But I'd be
Woo!
surprised when I meet some people that I know, and they'll be like, oh yeah, I listened to some of your episode, and I'm like, you listened? Really? I'm like,
I'm
oh my god,
famous.
yeah.
Oh
And I'm like,
my
and it
gosh.
just gives you, it gives you the thought that, hey, this could work, and why not keep going? I mean,
Exactly.
yeah.
Like it doesn't matter how many people it touches, as long as you touch
Hmm.
one person,
Yeah.
dog. And then they tell you how
Hmm.
much you meant to them or did something for
Hmm.
them. I think that's the most important thing about what we do.
Good. And I'm glad you're proud about that, and I'm proud of you for doing it too. I mean, I see nothing but good things in the future because, I mean, if there's anything that I know that you have, at least especially from this conversation, is like you have like conviction and faith. So go for it.
Thank you,
Yeah.
dog. And God bless you too.
Yeah.
I'm proud of
We
you. You
got this.
started this.
Yeah, we got this and
You
stuff. So
got this. The
we'll make
Silvers.
all day, every day,
Ay.
and we'll make this happen. But without further ado, I appreciate you for being on the show.
Thank you for
Thank you for
having
going
me.
through the gauntlet of questions that I had for you.
It was a
And
pleasure.
just like with at the end of the episode, is there anything that you want to talk about or promote or say?
Come holla at your girl at Ink and Artie's Collectives,
Mm-hmm.
honey. Yes,
Yep.
come get your permanent jewelry.
Yep. And I'll make sure to post all her social links online in case you guys want to follow her or schedule anything. And hopefully you'll be doing some great things in the future.
Thank you, and you too. I
Thank you.
already no doubt this boy gonna blow up.
Ow. Boom.
Boom. Thank you
With that,
guys.
that's the end of our episode. Thank you guys for being here again with us. I'll catch you on the next episode. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I sometimes I be forgetting to say that, so I got to make sure I
Subscribe.
do that.
Yes.
And this is another episode of My Favorite Parts, where if you have a heart, you can be a part.
Hey, I like
Right?
that.
Peace.
Woo! Bye.